Hey founders, what's up? In today's video, we are talking about your investor pitch. In my opinion, most founders underestimate the impact a good preparation can have here. It's like playing a sport. If you are not training for it, how can you expect to be good at it? So let's take a look at some of the most common questions you will get when pitching investors. You will get them over and over again from different investors, and it's really important to have a proper answer for each of them. Number one, why is now the right time to start the company? Imagine being a VC investor. You are looking for outlier companies that can drive huge returns. And historically speaking, these companies were primarily creating new markets or were right in time to disrupt existing markets. That's why investors love to invest in companies that are having current tailwinds. This question is to check if you are seeing any of these at the moment. Question 2. Why is your team capable of doing this? You as a founder and your team are the most important factor for every investor, because still with the best idea but poor execution you won't be successful. But if you are a great founder, you can make a mediocre idea a success and, more importantly, overcome every obstacle on the way. So make sure to answer this question with a small summary of your motivations, your skills, but also most importantly everything that makes you personally unique. Question 3. How did you come up with the idea? This is an interesting question because investors in general are really interested in learning more about your ways of thinking, but also your personal passion. A lot of founders created their company because they wanted to solve a problem that they personally encountered on their own. Question 4. How can this go wrong? Obviously, we are planning for the case that everything goes right and the company grows as planned. But in my opinion, it is also always a good idea to be aware of the risk factors. If we know about them, we can easily focus on them and try to avoid them. Question 5. Who are your competitors? There's no business without competition. If there is a real problem you address with your company, there's for sure someone who is already trying to solve it. Investors ask this question to get a sense of the whole competitor landscape, but also to see how you can distinguish yourself from them. As an investor, I've often seen pitches in which founders said they have no competition. Never do that. Even if you are creating a new market, there must be incumbent solutions that people are using for different areas of the problem. 6. How do you divide the responsibilities amongst each other? Another important question about your team that you should have a good answer for. The best teams and founders know exactly what they are good at and what not. So make sure to have clear responsibilities amongst you as a founding team. So for example, one person could be responsible for fundraising, another person for the development, and the third person for marketing and sales. You will only succeed with your company if you divide your limited resources. 7. How much money do you need and what are you going to do with it? You are pitching for an investment into your company, so obviously you need to know how much money you need exactly. You can take that from your financial model or your plan. Furthermore, it is important to see for the investor what you are spending the money on. Because in the past they have had for sure portfolio companies that were spending their money on useless stuff. Number 8. What will the company look like in 10 years? Venture in general is a long-term game, and most great successes are not created overnight. With this question, the investor wants to check if you have a long-term vision for the company, and most importantly, the ambition to build something that changes the world. Question 9. What is your traction so far? My favorite questions of all. The more traction you have, the easier it will be for you to persuade an investor to invest. Because traction is a sign that you are progressing. Always keep in mind that in the earliest days of the company, it can be literally everything from user interviews or letter of intents. But the longer you are in your startup's journey, the more revenue-driven the traction metrics will be. Number 10. What is the value your customers are getting from the product? You can only build a great company if you are actually creating something customers want and you are delivering value to them. So make sure you understand exactly where this value lies right now and how that might change in the future. I really hope you like these kind of questions and now you are ready for your next investor pitch. I will also link you our whole set of 200 plus real investor questions in the comments. And make sure to subscribe for more videos on fundraising and building your startup.